DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin with DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is called Anything You Want. And there's actually a book by Derek Sivers of this exact same title called Anything You Want. It is not about the same thing. His book is not about what this video is about. Anything You Want is about you knowing, first of all, let me just tell you that anything you want in life, any position that you want to have, any type of person you want to become, anywhere you want to live, any certain accomplishments or achievements you want to go through, any material objects you wish to possess or have use of, you can have anything that you want in life. Now, on a conscious level, if I was to just present that to you logically, I think everyone would agree, yeah, I can have anything I want. If I want to have this Lamborghini, or I want to have a house with 20 bedrooms, or if I want to have a certain type of camera, I want to have a new pair of sneakers, I want to go score 40 points a game at my school, anything that you want, you know logically, yes, it is possible that you can have it. So I'm not telling you anything new by telling you you can have anything you want, am I? But let me tell you what is new, what may be new to you, and what really will make the change for you to where you can start actually manifesting and actually realizing some of these anything things that you actually want. This is the number one thing you must do. The only thing you actually must do is come to terms with, you must agree in your mind, emotionally, deep down at the deepest levels of who you are, deepest levels of your soul, you must agree that that's actually true. Because logically, we can agree to a whole lot of things. I can just explain to you a whole lot of pieces of facts and bits of information that I just grabbed off the internet or something that I know is absolutely true. Just explain it to you, tell you why it's true, and you may come to agree with it logically on the surface. Your conscious mind, the first thing that's seeing everything that I'm giving to you, you'll take it and you'll say, all right, that makes sense. You'll examine it, compare it against what you know, and say, okay, I can see how that's true. I can see how that's a fact. It's one thing to know something is true or to recognize something as logically correct or possible. It's a whole different thing when you truly believe it to the depths of who you are as a person, deep in your subconscious mind, the mind that you can't even tell what it's thinking about. Deep in that mind, when you truly believe something, your actions will manifest that belief. Meaning you will go do things that reflect what you truly believe deep down, and that will reflect itself in the results that you get in your life. If you want to know what you truly believe about yourself, what's truly possible for you, how far you can go, who you can become, what type of people you can interact with, all the things that you can have material and non-material wise, all you have to do, if you want to see what those beliefs are, those beliefs that you can't really consciously think about, all you got to do is look at your life right now. Look at who you are now, where you are, who you're around, what you do, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, what you think is great about you, what you think could be better about you, your insecurities, your fears. If you just look into all of those things, you look into what you have in your life, all of those things that I just mentioned, those are a reflection of how you feel about yourself deep down. Now, if the thoughts that you have consciously, like, okay, well, the way that I see myself is I'm a level 2 player, but I think I could be a level 8. Or I'm a player who is only at this position, but I think I could be at a much higher position, 10 levels higher than that. I see myself as this quality of a person. I feel like I have achieved 20% of my potential, but I really feel like by this point I should be at like 97% of my potential. If there's a conflict between the two, what you see in your life right now, the actual facts and truths of your life versus what you believe is logically possible for your life, what that means is you haven't quite yet come to agree that all these things that are possible are actually possible for you. See, it's one thing to believe something's possible, it's another thing to believe it's possible for you. Because I could look at, you look at someone who's a billionaire and see all the great things they have in their life, their house, their car, or how happy they are, how content they are with life, or how successful they are. And we can say, you know what, it's possible because look, somebody did. If one person if I can do it, anybody can do it. You ever heard somebody say that? Or if I can do it, you can do it. People say that all the time, right? And logically, it makes sense. We don't disagree like, yeah, you did it, but I can't. Nobody ever says that. We say, you know what? Yeah, you did it, I can do it. That is absolutely right because we're all human beings and 99% of us as human beings are all exactly the same. It's the 1% that makes everything different about us. So we all agree that, yes, if they can do it, somebody else can do it, including us, logically. But what does that have to do with what we actually do? What does that have to do with our actual beliefs? What does that have to do with what actually happens in our lives? Very close to nothing. Nothing at all. Because we can go online right now and you can see a bunch of people who have exactly what you want in damn near every area of your life. And even though you logically agree that since they did it, you could also do it, that will have no effect on what you actually do for the next 24 hours. Usually no effect whatsoever. Might make you feel good for a moment. You get yourself a little hype up. Maybe you download the video, or you like it and save it and share it on your Facebook, whatever the situation may be. But if you want to actually take some actions and start to manifest those things you truly believe, or actually the things you believe on the surface, and make them into true beliefs. That's the point here. Taking the things you believe on the surface that I can say to you, or a magazine can say, or somebody on YouTube can say, or anybody can say, or even an idea you can come up with on your own. You want to take those logical, conscious beliefs and make them true, deep into your soul, the depths of who you are as a person beliefs, because that's what's actually going to happen in your life. If that's what you want to do. What you got to do is come to an agreement that these are actually true for you. These are actually possible for you. These are things that can actually happen to, for, by, around, with you. The key phrase in this whole week's motivation is not belief, is not achievement, is not accomplishment, is not possibility. It's you as a person. Yeah, you believe it's possible for LeBron to score that many points, or for Steph Curry to make that many threes. You believe it's possible for you to do it. Yeah, but you believe it's possible for me to make these videos, or this person to say this, or that person to get this achievement, or feel this way about themselves, or this person to be this level of confident, or that person over there to be that disciplined. But is it possible for you? See, is what you believe is possible for yourself will reflect in your life. And if you don't like everything 100% how things are in your life right now, and this is something I discuss in detail in the mental workbook, which you can get at DreAllDay/workbook. If you don't think every area of your life is 100% fulfilled exactly as it should be, what you need to examine is not the first thing you need to examine is not what you're doing, or who's around you, or what material resources you have. You may look at those at some point, but that's not the first thing you look at. First thing you need to look at is, what are my agreements? What do I see as possible for myself? What am I not agreeing with? What am I not seeing as possible for myself? And where do I need to make changes? That's your week's motivation. You want to get deeper into this stuff, 2 places you want to go. For free, my podcast, Work on Your Game. It's every single day. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, just look up Dre Baldwin, look up Work on Your Game. Y'all know how to find it. This next way is the mental workbook. It is a $29 book where you're going to learn how to control your subconscious mind through your conscious mind, through feeding your conscious mind things that will eventually get through to the subconscious. I explain it all in detail on the page for the book. It's DreAllDay.com/workbook. Go there, learn, and I'll see you next week. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com/workbook.